Guys, welcome back. It has been way too long since we've gotten to just sit and chat, and I have like so much to talk about and so much on my mind and everything that it's kind of crazy. We won't have time to talk about everything, but briefly, I have been very busy trying to start my makeup channel, and I got a couple new videos up, so if you want to see any of that, the link will be in the description of this one. I did my hair extensions, actually. I just did a hair extensions video on my new beauty channel. So if you're interested in that, the link for that video will be in the description below. Hi guys, welcome back. It has been way too long and I feel like I'm missing talking to my old friend. So I'm gonna just chat with you guys and probably just have some random rambling thoughts or whatever, but I have some ideas I want to focus on today, I guess you could say, mostly positives, because it just occurred to me the other day that I don't think many people really see it as a positive to get dentures, or any kind of dentures, even if they're on implants or not. It's not usually, like, modern society doesn't consider it a good thing to need dentures. And I mean, you wouldn't want to like go around convincing people with good teeth to get dentures, obviously. But for those of us who have bad teeth and have been suffering with that for like a long time or even a short time, just anybody really, anyone that is suffering from dental pain and, you know, dental decay, anything like that, it's a great option. And there's so many positives about it. And then, I mean, I was trying to write a list, and lists are very helpful, but I don't know if I'll actually be looking at it because I tend to go off on tangents. But, you know, if you're comparing positives and negatives to getting dentures and you're somebody that needs them and you're considering it, I really kind of think the negatives are more short-term and immediate, more of the negatives. I mean, there are some negatives that are things that could happen like way down the road, but the major negatives of getting dentures are pretty immediate, like the cost. But then again, you could say that's an investment in your new smile, and it's an investment in a smile that you can potentially create and design yourself. And, you know, keeping in mind that they're coming out with new products and things all the time. And that kind of reminded me that I had an idea. It's kind of like an idea. I don't know if it's an invention or not, but I have this idea, like something I wish they would do with snap-ins. But I don't know who to pitch it to. So I'm going to just keep working on my idea. And then when I get it a little more mature, I will share it and tell you guys about it. I guess. I think it would be cool if you could do that. Anyways, I don't want to say too much. It's like a top secret idea. So anyways, I was saying the cost is not, you know, that's kind of a negative, especially if you're getting implants. That's a negative. It's a lot of freaking money. If you get standard dentures and your insurance pays for it, then it's still an investment. Your insurance is paying for it. They should still be made just as well as someone that's paying cash or taking credit or like whatever you're doing. Someone's paying for them, so they should be done well. It doesn't matter who you are, you know. So to counteract the con of the cost, you should probably consider it an investment. Well, most of us do consider it an investment in both of our future, our health, our happiness, you know, cosmetic reasons. Like, there's so many benefits to consider it being an investment. It's also an investment in terms of being able to work, being able to show up at school, if you're going to school, classes, if you have to give speeches and presentations or ever have to interact with society. You know, it makes you a lot more comfortable not to have to be always so self-conscious about your teeth. I really did talk a lot differently when I had my bridges, when my lowers were falling apart, and yeah, I only had like 6 left at the time that I got my extractions, but I hated it, and I was always talking so differently. It's crazy how different things can be in less than a year. Like, you know, anyways, so that kind of leads into the next thing, which is new confidence. Obviously, your confidence will improve when you have your teeth fixed, and if you get dentures or snap-ins, you have the ability to design your whole smile, and it can be exactly what you want. I mean, it can be exactly what you want, keeping in mind that usually right away, immediately, it's not going to be what you want, and you're going to have to wait for the swelling to go down. You're going to have to wait for the adjustments. You're going to have to wait until you can have them, you know, permanently placed if you're waiting for that process. But if it's an investment, then each of these things, that is part of the process, and it is worth it. So anyways, during that process, it can be emotionally difficult, and that's definitely another negative. So like while you're adjusting to either not having any teeth and you've already kind of probably adjusted to losing teeth and having some missing. But it's, one second. Sorry. Okay. All right. I don't know what that was about. But yeah, so anyways, you've probably already adjusted to having an emotionally difficult and physically difficult time struggling with your teeth before you even get your dentures. So it's not surprising that once you get your dentures, you still have a little ways to go to, to have to adjust to this new set of teeth. It's not going to immediately be wonderful, amazing, beautiful, and comfortable all at the same time. So it is something that you kind of have to struggle through, but you could see that as a negative, but you could also see that as overcoming insecurities, overcoming discomfort, and just, kind of like triumph at the end. Like if you make it through this difficult thing, you're proving to yourself that you're able to do it. You did live through it. You're living through another experience. And by living through that experience, you also end up being able to relate to people, different people that you probably never would have related to before. It opens up a whole new, window to people that are just like you or having similar problems, as well as the people that were struggling before you. And if you were someone like me who didn't really talk about your teeth before this, then it also gives you the opportunity to talk to people that are going through it, because you can relate to them. And I kind of wish that I would have been making videos before I had them fixed. But I feel like in my case, once I decided that I was going to fix them, that was the push I needed to start doing videos, honestly, because then I knew I had a solution. So I didn't feel bad showing them, because I was like, here, I'm going to fix them. But maybe if people did do that, it would give them a little bit of a jump to do it too. That's possible. But anyways, so while you're doing that, you're overcoming a lot of your insecurities and, meeting a lot of people you never would have. And even just first impressions with people that you've never met are way less awkward for you once you have your teeth, way less awkward. That's not the first thought in your mind. You're not worried about what people are thinking about your teeth. And it really does free up your mind to think about a lot of other things when you're not so concerned with your teeth, when they aren't hurting, when they're not in pain, when they're not infected. Some of the other negatives are the pain of extractions, but that doesn't really have much to do with the dentures other than, the fear of that and everything. I know it's a big thing, but it's only one day of your life and only a couple hours of your life, and then it's over forever and you never have to do it again. So if you think of it that way, it might help you. Yeah, and there's other, negatives that can happen. The implants can fail, the dentures could break. These are all potential things that could happen that you don't know if they're going to happen. And usually, for a lot of people, it's just worth the risk, especially if you get traditional dentures. If they do break, you can always have more made. And they're always coming out with new products, new designs, new techniques, and how they make dentures, like all the time. So once you get into dentures and you start learning more about them, you'll start being able to find the more modern ways that people are dealing with their issues, and you might be able to find a better solution for yourself than you ever dreamed was even possible. That's totally possible, It's way easier to eat with dentures for me than it was to eat with my broken teeth, because I always had soreness. I didn't have any nerves left in my uppers. Excuse the nail, she's a little rough. She was supposed to match that one. I've had these since before Christmas though, so for me that's kind of doing all right. But anyways, what was I gonna say? I don't remember what I was saying. Oh, I'm definitely eating much better with my snap-ins than I ever ate with my lowers missing. I didn't have my molars. Like, you probably you can't ever eat like maybe 100% normal with snap-ins or traditional dentures. If you have like the permanent ones, you probably can, they probably restore your bite and everything to a much higher strength, like 90%, I've heard. I'm not sure if that's right though. But I definitely don't have a problem with it. I'm glad that it doesn't hurt me to eat anymore, and I can eat more things. A lot more things. I can't eat things like corn on the cob and candy apples, so you could consider that a negative, I guess, but it's not that bad. Yeah. Oh, and sometimes they can even give better lip support and better facial support because I didn't even realize this, but I was having some facial support loss, I guess, if that's how you say it. But I was having some of that like around my mouth because my molars were missing, and I didn't realize that that was like causing such a, you know, such a significant, like, obvious issue, I guess, that I wasn't even noticing before I got my snap-ins. My face is filled out a little more than it was, and, you know, it's just helped my bone structure, my facial structure, and for a lot of people it really can. You know, a lot of people are worried they'll look a lot older if they get dentures, and usually with your teeth in, you do not look any older. Trust me, you look younger. Most people, like if you go on the denture groups on Facebook and you look up the age posts where people say, you know, how old they are, guess how old I am, and show their before and afters, you'd be amazed at the difference it makes to have beautiful, nice teeth again. And it can be a life changer in so many freaking ways. It just really is. Opens up the window to so many new things, new opportunities. And when your confidence is better, then you're more likely to chase after your dreams too. And you're more likely to be able to focus on your dreams and focus on even just basic daily life. You know, it's very hard to function when you're so worried about your teeth, and when things are constantly breaking and you have to make new appointments and, you know, deal with different dentists. And like, you know, my experience was really rough. I'm going to make a whole video talking about my experience when I did my full mouth restoration, which was about 9 years ago now. And I spent about $10,000 to save my upper teeth. I only had 7 left. At the time that I began my videos, I had 7 upper teeth, but it looked like more because there was 2 3-piece bridges up there, and the rest of them had been root canaled and crowned. And I had a lot of work done. So that's a whole nother story, but I think would be very interesting for people that do want to know, like, some people might be trying to save their teeth or want more information about how that works, or for their partners and people they know. So I will definitely do a video talking about what I went through, just keeping in mind it was 9 years ago, so things might be different now, and they're probably even better than they used to be. So, well, I'm sure they are. I just had an amazing dentist back then. And I did have an amazing dentist for my snap-ins. I've had no problems with my implants. I'm very happy. Like, they're not sore, they don't hurt, nothing's bothering me. I periodically still get sore spots. Like, I still have a little sore spot there. Not really sure why. I mean, maybe I'll go back in and have them like check it out, make an adjustment, but it's not really sore anymore. It just feels like a canker spot kind of, and it can get irritated. But I am so excited for the new year. There is a lot that we're going to be doing this year. I am trying to grow my beauty channel. I posted a couple of videos there if you want to check them out. And today I just filmed putting my hair in to show over on that channel because I think more people would be interested. Well, I'm putting it on that channel, so that's where it's going to go, I guess. I mean, I actually could put it on this channel too, but I'll put the link to the new channel down below, and this video about the hair will be on the beauty channel. So we're going to be doing the beauty channel alongside with this one. I'm also going to be doing a giveaway very soon. I'm waiting for some products to arrive so I can show you exactly what will be there in the giveaway and everything. So stay tuned for that. That should be one of the next couple upcoming videos. And I'm really excited to do that. You guys have been my support through the hardest time of my life, or one of the hardest times of my life, and I would love to get back to you. I just can't tell you enough how grateful I am for everyone being here, for all the times where I was just sitting there venting and crying and complaining. You know, you guys always just listened, and I never felt judged for it. I never felt like I was overreacting or anything. And now looking back, I wish I could tell myself, you know, just be patient, Alicia. Things are fixable. I mean, but at the same time, there was a lot of miscommunication, I think, and unrealistic expectations maybe on my part, because I really did not understand how much of a process it is to get from, you know, teeth getting pulled to perfect set of teeth. You know, it takes a while. Like, it took a while for me. And, you know, I might even make a video like summarizing my experience. You know, maybe around the 1 year mark, I'll do a video talking about my experience overall the first year, because it helps put it in perspective, knowing what I started with and how I felt to what happens later. And, you know, which is why I plan to continue updating you guys on how I'm doing. throughout the year, because I would love to know how everyone's doing at all stages in their journeys. And if you guys leave comments and tell me your stories, I read all of them, and I love hearing from you guys. I love knowing you personally and remembering people by name. And I'd love to be able to pick a winner myself, like just pick somebody, but I don't know if I could, because there's quite a few of you that I really love and hold dear to my heart. So the giveaway will be random. And yeah, but I mean, there's a lot of you special people. I love you guys a lot, but I'm living proof of the positives here. So I do think that's something you could all, I don't know. Hopefully that's something good. You know, I would like to show what's good about it. I mean, there's definitely some negatives and concerns and worries and anxiety, but overall, I am living proof that it's a good thing, especially even if your teeth are just, they're holding you back, and they held me back for so freaking long. Like, I really wouldn't interact with people the same way that I can now. Like, when I meet people, and, you know, more people recognize me now because I'm a little more public on social media. And it's really freaking cool when people recognize you and want to talk to you. And it's just so different. Like, life is so different. I don't mind talking to people. I'm not as self-conscious. And even though it was kind of hard to learn how to smile again, and I'm probably still learning some of it, it's like really amazing when that time finally comes where you realize you're smiling and you're not thinking about it at all, and you just don't give a shit. Like, it's nice. It's great. Like, I don't have to constantly be watching my mouth while I'm talking in my videos. You know, it's a great feeling. And I can't even express it enough. Like, I don't know. And people might say that my teeth weren't that bad in the beginning, because of the bridges, you know. One of the bridges had a tooth that was abscessed and infected, and I had a huge food trap up in my face several months, like a couple months before I had this surgery. And it was extremely painful. I was extremely swollen. I'm going to try to find a picture and put it in here. Here it is. Just 3 months before I got my dentures, my face had swollen so badly. It was so painful. And here are my bridges. I show you up close. And some of the broken lowers that I was dealing with. Very painful cavities that kept breaking on both sides. There's a before picture of me. And here I am after right now, because I mentioned it. So we'll try to share that picture if I can find it. It might be on my daughter's phone because she's getting my old phone, but I'll find it. Anyways, yeah, so the other thing was I had a partial up there, and the teeth that were in the partial were extremely undefined, and you could see the metal because it was a metal partial, mostly metal or whatever. It had some acrylic, but it had the metal retention, which might have been a good thing because it never broke and it was very stable in my mouth. And for a long time I liked my teeth, but she couldn't make them any whiter because they had to match my lowers, and they were crowns. And I really wanted them perfectly white, but we couldn't do it because they were crowns, bridges on my natural teeth. And with my lowers, you know, I was missing my molars already back then, but I still had maybe like 8 to 10 teeth down here, like at least in the front. So I had to try to whiten these teeth as white as I could to get them to match the ones that they were going to put on them. So, you know, that was kind of rough, but I did. I mean, I would have liked the bridges to be a lot whiter. But even back then, they were telling me not to pull my teeth and not to get dentures. And most regular dentists that I saw kept telling me not to get dentures up until when I met Dr. Shatkins. Well, even Dr. Shatkins told me at my consultation, he said, you know, I really don't like to ever have to pull healthy teeth from someone so young. But then when we talked about my history and everything, you know, and about the infection I had just had and one of the bridges that had to come out, then, you know, he decided I was a good candidate. But I think my time is up to be chatting because I can hear my family getting home. My husband went to get the kids because my mother-in-law was watching them, and that was awesome of her. But anyways, I am so glad we got to catch up a little bit and talk. I will be back with more videos. I have lots of ideas and an invention in my mind. But anyways, the kids are coming. I love you guys. Thank you for being here. Please subscribe if you're new. I'll be doing lots more videos. All my social media links and the link to my new beauty channel will be down below. And thank you for watching. I love you guys. Have an amazing night.